Hey, man, shout out Devin Haney, man. Yeah, shout out Devin Haney, bro, for real. Now, I know on my channel sometimes it might sound like I don't got a lot of love for Devin Haney, but it depends on the topic, nigga. I rocks with Devin Haney at the end of the day. Kid has accomplished a lot, and he's only guilty of taking advantage of the opportunities given to him. Youngest undisputed to do it in the four belt era. Got to get that man his respect. And again, on my channel, I know sometimes you might hear me call him pillow fisted and say he can't sell a damn thing. But again, it just depends on what we talking about. But I do agree with Devin Haney in his response to Leonard Ellerbe. Let's talk about it. What up, YouTube? Big Teal, Heavy Bad Boxing TV. Man, get your goof ass in here. Hit the bag. Hit that like button for your boy. That helps the channel. You know, I appreciate that love. Shout out my gang. D1 Merc 1ML 21 Skinny JT Black Jesus, my guy Troy Jack, Keywan Level Rebel Life, Modern King, Letitia YK World, my guy Tyree Celestine. Big shout out to my guy Sean the Don, and I see you punch drunk. Now, Leonard Ellerbe comes out and says, hey, the Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis fight ain't ready yet. Basically saying it needs to marinate more, right? Because that'll be a big fight down the line. And Devin Haney is saying, no, listen, that's the biggest fight right now that he believes is the biggest fight in boxing. And he most definitely believes that fight could happen now. And I agree with him on that. Now, as far as it being the biggest fight in boxing, I'm not so sure. Devin Haney is just, again, this is where some of you fanboys get cut by what I say, and I'm just keeping it real. Devin Haney's not a big draw. I'm keeping it a buck. Devin Haney don't really sell like that to consider him being one half of the biggest fight in boxing. I'm just keeping it a buck, all right? But I do agree that fight could happen now. And it could, Tank Davis is definitely a household name and big enough for this fight to be successful, for Tank to make something that he wants to make in the fight and be happy with what he's making. But here's the thing. Again, I got to go back to it, and I keep forgetting to get the sound bite to put in these videos when I'm talking about Tank Davis. He already came out and said, listen, man, it's not about the money no more. This is Tank Davis' words now. He says it's not about the money no more. Now, at one point, we do remember when Tank was like, forget the belts. He don't care nothing about the belts and all of that. And it was because it was about the bread. It was about the money. But he came out and said it wasn't about the money no more. Then he got comfortable and he told us that, hey, he's contemplating retiring early. He says he's going to retire once he got those guys out of there. And again, when you say get those guys out of there, who are you talking about? For Tank Davis, it's Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. It's the guys that everybody, or the consensus is, that he'll have the most problems with. And for a lot of people that feel like Devin Haney beats a Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson beats a Tank Davis, it's those guys, right? So that's why I agree with Devin Haney. As of right now, because of how Tank Davis has expressed himself, from what he has said out of his own mouth, anything else other than fighting Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson next doesn't make much sense to me. And for those of you who feel like his handlers, Floyd Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerbe, those guys are in a way. I agree with you. But at the same time, Tank Davis, he said it himself. He feels like he is Canelo Alvarez and Canelo Alvarez is him. He's most definitely in a position of a Canelo Alvarez, especially amongst the little guys down there. He can fight who he wants. He's not even under no real obligations as a real champion to get those pressures from mandatories. Like, this nigga really truly gets to fight anybody he wants. He can move however he wants with no pressure from nothing, right? So now I get it. He's had a long year. He's already fought twice this year. Hector Garcia, Ryan Garcia. He didn't even did a little bid behind that whole, car incident situation. So I get it when he comes out and say, listen, I see y'all at the top of the year. I get it. But my thing is, moving forward, if you're not sending offers to either a Shakur Stevenson or a Devin Haney, then what we doing, bro? Because whether you not like it or not, and listen, I'm probably the biggest Tank Davis fan in here, because I know a lot of Tank Davis fans will hear this and this shit cut too. And I don't care who I cut. The Devin Haney fans, Javante Tank Davis, I don't care. I'm just speaking my piece on what I'm hearing and seeing. I'm just putting this shit together. If he ain't trying to fight those guys, and that time of the year rolls around and offers are not sent to those guys, then what else am I supposed to think about Tank Davis, bro? When you definitely get to fight whoever you want to fight, how we supposed to feel about that? Like, then I feel like you just playing in my face, dog. Like, you getting in these interviews and just saying whatever. But you can't do that when you really got a fan base who rock with you. You got to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying, at all time, because niggas will switch up on you if they feel like you feeding them bullshit, right? And that's how a lot of people could take it, especially the ones that's paying attention. And for those of y'all who ain't paying no damn attention, it don't really matter. But if you paying attention, you watching how bro moving right now, and you definitely watching how Devin moving. Because, again, Devin is the same guy that sent Shakur Stevenson an offer. Even though he turned it down, it was an offer nonetheless. Devin is moving up to go fight a dangerous guy like Regis Prograis. Even though he didn't look great in his last fight, and he probably looked the least dangerous amongst the active champions at 140, but he doing it regardless. Now, with Tank Davis, we heard you say, yeah, man, after I get those guys out of here, I'm gone. Basically saying you're going to retire. Then he goes on to saying what he would like to do and how he wants to help folks. And I'm with all that 100%. But I don't want to hear no other name being mentioned other than a Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson come fight time, probably the first quarter of next year, bro. You know what I mean? And I say all that to say that this fight is most definitely ready. I agree with Devin Haney. You don't have to let none of this stuff marinate between him or between Tank Davis and Devin Haney or Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson at all, especially if Tank Davis contemplating retiring early. You know, I can see if you could let it marinate like Floyd did with Pacquiao, and you fight at, 35, 36 years old, 37 years. No, Tank's 28, about to be 29 years old. Devin Haney's 25, maybe, I think he is now. 24, just turned 25, maybe. That's a long ways out. We ain't talking about that kind of goddamn marination. We ain't nobody, look, you could do that now, get your bread, and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. Am I tripping? You know what I mean? Because, again, man, like, and Shakur Stevenson said it the best. Tank the big dog, you know what I mean? He didn't say those exact words, but he was like, Tank's the guy, man. He's the star. We can't send him an offer. And that's the truth. None of these cats can send Tank Davis an offer. If Tank wants to fight you, he has to pick you. And that's the only way you're going to fight Tank Davis. It's not going to be ordered. It's not gonna be no damn mandatory that he trying to. And I know he ain't fighting that damn WBA bullshit belt mandatory. Nobody care about that, and I doubt he does too. So if Tank Davis wants to fight you, he has to pick you. And now keep in mind, whoever Tank Davis fights next, that's who that nigga picked, instead of fighting who we believe is legacy fights at this point, since he says it's not about the money anymore. I'm just saying. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I think I got a little emotional with this one because I rock with Tank Davis, and I'm just ready to see him fight the best of the best out there. Is that so wrong? All right, man. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Big T.O. Heavy Bag. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.